Freaking kill it, dude.
Freaking kill it.
My bad.
Dude.
We weren't live, were we?
Nope.
Nope, we're not live.
In fact, we were not. Sing it with me. She's a maid. Oh, wrong time. Wrong time.
I didn't know we were actually doing a song. I just started singing.
He went maniac.
Sorry, I tried to get the rhythm down. Anyway. Oh, hello again and welcome back to the Infinite Variety Show. I'm Cameron and I'm joined here as always by Evan to my left, Eddie across the table from him, and across from me is a seat that is unfilled by our favorite boy named Ronnie. He's just about off work. He'll be here any minute. It's working man Ronnie.
I want him here.
So let's go into this episode with a little bit of correspondence we got from listeners last week on episode 3.
Okay.
Sure.
Eddie, I believe you know a boy by the name of Tanner Moss.
That's my dude.
It's your dude.
Yeah.
This is what he said on YouTube.
It's your dude.
I was afraid of Chucky till I was around 16 or
this
17 years old. Eddie's dad used to scare the piss out of me with a life-size Barbie doll they have in their house. I'm still scared from that.
That is not a joke.
Okay, so why did you have a life-size Barbie doll in your house?
I had a sister.
So
She was really into Barbies.
what are we talking about? Like a girl-sized life-size Barbie doll or a grown woman-sized life-size Barbie doll? I think it
Girl
makes a
size.
difference. A girl size.
Girl size. So, I mean, like...
Just like 4 feet tall.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 feet.
Actually, that might be more creepy because it's a child-sized Barbie doll with a grown woman's Barbie face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
My dad would dress it up. I'll just make a quick little bit right here. But he would dress it up, like put all the hair right in front, like ring status,
Oh my
and just put it
gosh.
in the living room
That's
and all
good.
pitch black. He's like, oh.
That's good.
And then one other time, he sent a picture to him on Facebook. And it was like,
Of the Barbie doll? Jeez, man.
he's like, dude, Tanner, she misses you.
I don't like.
She misses
Is
you.
it still in the house?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe.
That'd be hilarious if your dad kept it after your sister was like growing out of the house.
Dude,
That's
Just
it's
to mess
entirely
with Tanner.
possible.
Just to mess with Tanner.
Brilliant.
But then we got a comment on Instagram from I think another friend of yours, OR_sharks.
Oh, that's Tanner still.
Oh, that's Tanner again. Tanner, MVP
Coming
of the
in
show.
strong.
He's a true friend of the show here. He hit us up with a food poisoning tip. He said drinking Coca-Cola has helped him with food poisoning in the past.
Coca-Cola.
So the more you know. Next time you're stricken ill by a batch of bad eggs, then have yourself a nice Coca-Cola or even a Pepsi Cola. Just have a nice soda pop.
Are we being sponsored right now?
The drink of a new generation.
We're sponsored.
Not a
by
sponsor,
Coca-Cola.
but Coca-Cola, call us if you like the show.
We're here.
Okay, so this is our second episode in Spooktober.
Ooh.
To celebrate, we're going to start off with another Halloween-themed question. This one comes from Eddie. So imagine this. You wake up the day after Halloween, and you're in some kind of 90s movie plot where you cannot take off your Halloween costume and you're actually stuck wearing it for the rest of your life. If that happened to you, if you woke up and you were stuck in that 90s movie's plot, what costume would you choose to be in? So if you had to pick a Halloween costume to wear for the rest of your life, day after day,
So is this
what would it be?
Is this one that we've had in the past? It has to be one we've had in the
It
past.
doesn't have to
be.
be.
It doesn't have to be, but I thought it'd be interesting to do
Yeah.
it that way. Up
and,
to you.
And I
Totally up to
encourage you
Makes
not
it-
to take a cop out and be like, "Oh, I would choose to be a normal person." You
Dude,
know,
that's too easy.
it's too easy.
It's way too
So
easy.
what would it be?
I'm gonna just have to go on a limb and say my Guy Fieri outfit that I did last year.
Oh my gosh!
I would wear that. I would wear that shiz all day long, dude.
Oh my God.
And you wouldn't stick out in Portland at all.
It would be completely normal.
I don't think I saw that.
Dude, I'll show you pictures after. If anyone wants to see pictures, DM me on Instagram.
Dude, I feel like
I chat to him.
I feel like in Portland too, it's almost like people just do that anyway. It's like they wear costumes all year round. It is the get up. This is
Dude,
like the hipster
Outrageous!
way.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good.
It's the hipster way.
Well, what would yours be if you had to only wear one for the rest of your life?
Gosh, if I had to wear one the rest of my entire life. Well, okay, because I already thought about this, so I would have to say I had one that I wore. I had a gigantic whoopee cushion costume, like where my head was the spout, like where you would like blow the air in.
Yeah.
And that one, it was huge, and it like almost looked inflated, like I wore it around. Oh man, that was a big hit. I even wore it to school once too. For like we had to wear a Halloween costume, and so I wore that, and yeah, that was a good time. Everybody pushed me, and I had to make fart noises. Didn't have to, but I definitely went for it. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That's solid, actually.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think that if I had to pick one costume to wear for the rest of my life, it would be a Ron Swanson costume from Parks and Rec.
Oh,
See, that's a solid choice.
that is.
Yeah. Is that a cop-out, though? Is that too normal?
Would you carry the attitude and personality?
Yes, I would have to, right?
Then no, it's not a cop out.
Not at all.
Because
Okay.
Ron Swanson
brilliant.
is definitely not a normal person.
No, absolutely
he's not.
He's pretty
like
similar to you, though.
I wish he was real.
Yeah, we both hold libertarian values.
I still watch his compilations from time to time too.
Oh, Tanner is actually watching right now. Tanner,
What's up,
I
Tanner?
hope you caught our shout-outs.
What up, Tanner boy?
You're a true friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
True friend of the show.
We got you, boy.
Well, we'll catch up with Ronnie when he gets here. But let's move on. Pets. We have a pet, a little kitty cat. But I'm curious, have you ever had a really bad pet? What's the worst pet that you've ever had?
You want me to start?
Yeah, you get it.
You can.
Okay. You both looked at me, so I was just
I'm interested. I wanna
am I
know.
first?
You answer first a lot. I appreciate you stepping up to the plate as you do.
I mean, I really don't have a choice. You both just look at me until I,
All
until I
this
answer.
pressure.
No,
So?
I'm kidding. Just joking. I can't remember his name, but we had a cat when we lived in Hawaii, and that cat absolutely hated me. Probably for good reason. I was a little jerk of a kid, probably pulling on his tail or something. I can't remember his name. I'll remember it eventually. It'll come up.
I don't think you would do that.
What?
Pull on a cat's tail.
Oh, most definitely I would as a kid.
Yeah.
Not now.
That's a very
Thought
kid
about
thing
it.
to do.
As an adult. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably a good idea.
I have a little bit more self-control. More of it like, oh, I'm not going to pull on that cat's tail. No. But it would just like always scratch me. Like I would walk up to pet it or do anything and it would just, I'm pretty sure its name was Ted or some random like guy name.
But
I
you
don't
were
know.
provoking it.
Yeah. As a kid, I'm like, what did I do wrong? But I probably was
Love
a jerk.
me.
Yeah.
Love me.
And it would
You
just,
live and you learn.
it would just scratch me and just like hated my guts. I specifically remember it just like getting at me sometimes. It was like the only time we've ever had like a little a-hole of a pet.
Yeah.
Okay. Evan, have you ever had an a-hole pet?
Yeah, actually. When you put it like that, it's yeah.
Is that appropriate?
So we had when I was like probably 7, we had a cockatiel, and I think it was a
Oh,
cockatiel.
man. Dude, birds, they
Yeah.
can be really mean.
They really
and they
can.
can hurt you.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
dude.
they can be so vicious. So as a kid, it started out real cute. We tried to teach it words. We'd put the blanket over and try to teach it words and stuff. But man, I tell you what, I learned the lesson the hard way of dealing with a bird when it's trying to sleep. So I would take the cover off, and he'd be sleeping at random times. But when you woke him up, it was like an actual nightmare. Like he'd be on one leg, and then his wings would go straight out, and he'd look at you and he'd hiss like a cat and go and like try to like bite you. Dude, it was scary.
Is a cockatiel big? Is
I
it
don't think you had a normal
No,
bird.
I think
dude.
it like they got the little thing that goes up. I might be getting the bird wrong, but it has like the little yellow like fin, like a shark, like it would like go straight up.
I know what you're talking
and
about.
they
I
come
think
in all
that,
different
yeah.
colors. Oh, I have a yawn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so that was actually, it was actually more funny than anything. It got to be kind of hilarious. He loved my dad and was like so nice, but every time I'd open up that cage, he would just wings expand. He'd look real big and tough. Like, don't mess with me.
Did he ever bite you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you realize you grow up to be him because you wake up like that every morning,
Exactly. Yeah. My girlfriend opens up the fridge in the morning and the light comes out in the room and I'm like,
Takes the blanket off your cage.
right? You're like, oh, I get it now.
yeah, I'm in the cage now.
Oh, why'd you get rid of the bird?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think we had to move, and so we gave it to my grandma.
Oh.
So my grandma took care of him for a long time, and then she gave him away. So he just got passed around from home to home. Had a very troubled childhood.
Rough life being a bird, my
Super
friend.
sad little guy. He was mean though.
Well, I've had quite a different life than a lot of people growing up on a farm. We've had a lot of pets, and I could spend way too much time talking about the different troublesome pets we've had. But my first brush with a bad pet was a Dalmatian named Bob. And he was around when I was a toddler, just learning how to walk, I think. And, you know, I think like any kid around any dog, I would try to climb on him, you know. He didn't like that too much. And so he actually bit me once when I was a baby, and my parents had to get rid of him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was bad. And then there was an unnamed pony that we had. That
unnamed pony number 1.
Yeah, we only ever had one horse or pony. Only in the whole history of the farm, we only had a pony one time, and it didn't really like anybody. And if I remember correctly, my mom was always a bit terrified of it because it was just a big animal. You know, it was big for a pony. But we were trying to set up a photo op one time of my 3 younger siblings on top of the horse at the same time, and it bucked them all off. They all went sideways off the horse.
Oh.
And that same day, during that same fiasco, it kicked our Chihuahua Tracy and broke her leg. Yeah, kicked the Chihuahua.
Oh my god!
So Tracy the Chihuahua went to the vet and got a lime green cast on her back leg that was like
Tracy.
It looked like a zucchini squash. And so her leg stuck straight out. And so when she was running around on the linoleum floors and in the grass, she was running on 3 legs, and the other leg was sticking ahead, just gliding on the grass or the linoleum.
Did y'all sign it?
Huh?
Did y'all sign it?
I can't remember if we did or not. I think so.
Tracy's cast.
I think so. I remember I actually broke my arm one time, and I had to get a cast.
Ride or die.
And of the options the doctor gave me, I just picked black, right? And as soon as I left the hospital, I was like, no, nobody can sign it. I shouldn't have got black.
But they have those like metallic Sharpies.
No, this is in the 70s.
Wait, what?
I was like, what?
Cameron?
What time portal did I jump through, dude? What?
No, I wasn't thinking. But anyway, back to Pat. So yeah, that pony kicked the Chihuahua and then bucked my siblings off. The only one in the family that really got along with it was me, I think, because I would get on the horse bareback and just kind of go wherever it went, just ride, and I never had any problems with it. But so that was the pony, and then we had a goat named Frosty. And if you've ever been around male goats, they can get a little weird, okay. And
quite weird.
This goat,
God, he stayed way too frosty.
You know, he liked the ladies, but he also conflated many other things with lady goats. Chickens, people, and so...
I really like that you started with chickens.
Yeah, he would chase chickens around. You know that goat mating call? I don't know if you've ever seen a goat do it before. They raise their upper lip and go...
No.
Have you ever seen that?
No,
with their
but
tongue?
Crazy.
They stick their tongue out.
They stick their tongue out and they go...
Stop! You're making me feel flustered, man.
And then they kick the female goat with their front leg, right? They kick her in the ankles and make that sound and do their tongue like that.
That's weird.
Well, he would chase chickens around doing that.
Oh,
and he would chase people around doing that, and he would mount anybody and everybody.
wow.
My dad or my mom would be out there milking a goat or a cow, you know, sitting on a bucket or something, and then behind him they just hear, and then his legs go over their shoulders.
That's all you hear before it happens?
That's all you hear. And if you're listening to a podcast, you're just SOL. You just get the legs over the shoulders, and you have a goat in full mount.
If you ever hear that
all
sound,
I'm saying is new horror movie.
Yeah.
You never see it coming.
You know, in Hereditary, how that girl does the clicking sound. It's like,
I would never watch that.
That's the trailer for it.
Oh, it's in the trailer.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but yeah, it would just be the same. They just
What, a little girl that made that sound?
on the farm.
I've always thought some of the funniest types of videos is when it's like
One farm.
somebody flips a script on you. So it's like a movie trailer for a really scary movie, and then at the end it would be a little girl or a creepy somebody just doing that, and you bust out laughing because you thought it was some scary serious movie. You know.
Yeah.
We should make some videos like
You
that.
could just keep the goat.
I'm telling
It'd
you,
be
dude.
good enough.
So
gonna be
yeah,
gold.
the goat, He would mount anybody and everybody. You had to elbow him and slap him on the nose and run. And it was a scary time to be on the farm. I mean, he had some kind of special affinity for my friend Adam at O'Malley, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I reminded him of this
I mean,
last week or 2 weeks ago at Dungeons and Dragons on 2 Thursdays ago. And it was one time we had a paintball birthday party at my house. And Adam was Frosty's, the apple of his eye for the whole day. Could not get away from Frosty. He was running, he was climbing trees, he was standing on brush piles, could not get away from the goat.
He was just always there.
That's
And
a sad
there
day,
he
dude.
is, he's kicking Adam in the shins with his front leg and
I'm gonna get you.
swear.
He wanted him.
And
Wow. Wow.
yeah, he got older, and we took him to the sale barn in Brookhaven and sold him. Never saw him again.
Wow, this just got sad.
Yeah,
Poor
and
guy.
I'm sure he found the woman of his dreams somewhere,
Or the man.
at a new home.
Or the man,
Oh,
Adam.
man.
Man, I could keep going
Or
all
chicken.
night.
One of the three.
I could keep going all night, but I will tell one more, and this is about my dad.
Bring it home.
I don't know if you remember this because we weren't really that good of friends when this happened. I think about 2 years ago now.
Wow, has it been 2 years?
Yeah.
That sounds. Yeah.
So we
Judging by from what I don't remember, I think I don't remember 2 years ago.
Based
yeah.
on what I said. Yeah.
thanks for the confirmation there.
That's so solid.
I think I.
Confirmed. Yeah, I don't remember what I'm not remembering right now.
So, being on the farm, we've typically always had 1, 2, or 3 working dogs. So, dogs that are kind of naturally drawn to herds of animals, and they will do things like sit watch at night and watch for coyotes or other predators, and they will actually go out into the woods with the animals while they're grazing and stand watch.
Wow, cool.
Right?
You don't train them for that? They just do that?
No, they do it naturally.
Wow, no kidding. That's crazy.
Yeah, so one of the breeds that we had for a while was Anatolian Shepherds. And, no. I can't remember what breed this dog was. He was either an Anatolian Shepherd or a Great Pyrenees. But had him since a puppy. He was a gentle giant. Huge dog, right?
Mm.
So one day, I think the dog was chasing one of our farm animals, and my dad went out to stop him. And he bent down. He squatted down on his knees and said, "Hey, stop, come here." And the dog looked at him and then attacked him.
Mm.
Straight up. Ran, tackled him to the ground, was biting his face, ripped both of his ears nearly off, ripped his nose nearly off. His nose tip was hanging by one piece of skin
What?
over his lip. His face, huge lacerations all in his beard and his face. Yeah, I think his left ear was almost off of his head. And he was yelling for his life, and he was minutes away from death when my brother heard his screams, got a gun, ran outside and shot the dog right off top of him. So that's a bit of a bad pet story.
Wait, what? What happened?
Yeah, it's crazy. Dog almost killed my dad. Like a gentle giant shepherd dog was in a fit of primal rage, right? He was in kill mode.
Gotcha.
And my dad stepped into that situation and got down on his knees, which I think my dad spent a lot of time researching, like dog psychology.
It's like submissive, right?
Yeah. And the mistake was getting down on his knees and being submissive, and the dog attacked. And he was losing strength fast. He was bleeding out of his face. And my brother, Corey, came at the right time
Jeez
and
Louise.
shot the dog
Off of him.
off of him, yeah.
That's a brave shot.
Yeah. And then weeks later, my dad noticed that there was a strange hole in the jeans he was wearing that day. The bullet went under my dad's knee so close to his leg that it caught the fold of his pants and went through both sides of his pants.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Whoa, yeah,
What a horror story, man.
What a horror story, yeah.
Perfect for.
So
the
be careful. Be
Spooktober.
careful with puppy dogs. That situation
Not a
has made
puppy
me think. It has
at
made
all.
me cringe a couple times when you see like babies laying on pit bulls or other. I know pit bulls aren't, the violent monsters they're cut out to be,
They're
but
sweet.
it's like all dogs have that within them.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
Sure,
don't
sure.
tempt fate.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, that's a hard lesson to learn, though. That's tough. Yeah, your dad's really brave, though.
Really hard lesson to learn. But yeah, that was a bit of a downer segment on an otherwise
Come on, dude, bring it back up.
fun podcast. But we have a special guest on this podcast, and we're gonna call him in at 8:00. So I just want to ask just a burner question: Have you guys broken any bones before?
Nope.
No.
What?
Have. Yeah, that's nope.
There goes that question. On to the next one. I'm just kidding.
On to the next one.
Never
For real,
broken a
though.
bone. You've
Wait.
never broken a bone?
I've never broken a bone.
What's the worst you've ever been injured?
That's a good question. I don't get injured very often.
Okay.
The most recent one, I don't even remember like how it happened. I literally just woke up one day and I felt the sharpest pain in the back, like in my back. I could barely get out of bed.
Ooh.
And I texted my boss and was like, I cannot come into work. Wow. I gotta call in sick. And she's like, okay. And then I came in the next day. I was like literally sweating,
Oh my
trying to
gosh.
work. And
Yeah.
she's like, you need to go home. So like, I don't know what happened, but for like 3 or 4 days, my back was just completely out. And I still don't know why. It's only happened once. But
Wow. Where was the pain at? In like your spine or in between your ribs?
it was like in the lower back. I must have like, I don't know if I slept on it wrong or what. Like this isn't even really that bad. But like I said,
Yeah.
I don't really have any.
Well, anything
Bad.
to do with the back, though, just puts you... I mean, any story I've ever heard from my dad or friends and stuff has always been if something happens to your back, it's debilitating. Like, you can't move. Like, you can't do anything.
Yeah, and I literally, like, the first day I felt it, I got out of bed and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? And, like,
Wow,
I literally,
yeah.
like, had to push myself out of bed to try and get up. And I couldn't
my
even, like, straighten it. I
gosh.
couldn't, like, get it straight from
Come
what I
on
remember.
now. But you did. What a warrior, though.
I'm a warrior. My back is strong
You're
now.
a survivor.
I lift weights.
You're not gonna give
Well,
up.
look, my
Proud of you, Eddie. I'm proud of you.
my caller is having delays, so we're gonna move on to a separate question. Okay.
Okay.
I've already asked if you guys have broken any bones. Have you come close to breaking any bones? Or the real question is, have you had any near-death experiences?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eddie, have you just lived some
100%.
kind of graceful life where you've never brushed with death? You've never danced?
I
With
avoid
death?
death
Have you
very,
never danced?
very
That's
often.
good. Sometimes it finds you, though, and you escape. Have you ever escaped it? A real close call in a car accident or anything?
Yeah, like you have a moment where you're like, man, that could have been it for me. That could have been it.
There was a... I think the only thing I can think of is when I was younger, I was hanging out with some friends and we were like playing, doing something in their driveway, and we were like tossing a ball around or something like that, and the ball rolled into the off the driveway into the street, and I was like, oh, I'll go get it. I ran into the street, didn't look or anything.
Classic. Oh, yeah. Go get the
And
ball.
like classic like movie scene,
Yeah.
where the kid gets hit. I didn't get hit. This is fine.
Eddie.
I grab the ball and I look up and there's this car just coming at me. It's just like screeching to brake.
Wow.
And it didn't hit me. Like it was fine, but like
Gosh.
That was close, though.
if they weren't paying attention, could have been it.
Yeah, that really could have been it.
Yeah.
For
Could have
sure.
been done.
Well, there you
For
go.
sure.
You did escape Lady Death.
Man.
At least once.
I
Well-
got nothing as far as that.
Well,
that
I'm
shiz
excited
goes.
if any of our viewers have had any near-death experiences. I'm stoked to hear about what people have to say about this because they're always interesting. You know, everybody has a different story.
Yeah, if you've had a near-death experience, let us know in the comments down
Please
below.
do.
Put it in the
Please
comments.
Or
do.
the live chat if you're watching right now.
We
Yeah.
read them all.
I'd love to hear that.
Evan, have you had
Do.
any near-death experiences?
Yes, I have had one. I've had like it life. I think it happened so fast that I didn't have time to see my life flash before my eyes. Granted, it wouldn't have been a lot because I wasn't that old. I was like probably 17. Would have been a quick snip. Of
Pretty
like,
quick snip, yeah.
Yeah, high school. But
God dang.
so I was on this hike and I was hiking up to the top of Multnomah Falls.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, it was actually on the way back down. I was with this family that I knew. I was with my friend, and I had gone up with his family, and I decided to do a shortcut, which is usually pretty innocent, but
Come on,
the
dude.
shortcut that I took was extremely dangerous, and I took it with one of the younger kids. He actually went down before me. It was this very steep, like tons of boulders in the brush, and you're kind of cutting down to go. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyways, you go down and you cut right, and then you're basically on the path that leads back to the main path. So I start going down, and I tell you what, I got going so fast I could no longer control my feet, and I tripped. And you know when you trip and you try to catch yourself, but the harder you try, you keep stumbling forward,
Yeah.
so you just pick up speed and you're going headlong. That's what I did. And I knew as soon as I did that, I was like, I'm in trouble. That's all I could think was, I'm in trouble. This is it. And I kept going, and my knees were like literally like racking on the boulders, and my ankles were bending, and I'm stumbling, but I didn't collapse. So I caught my footing, and as I caught my footing, I swung out and reached. And dude, if I hadn't have reached out, like that would have been it. The worst death I could think of. Like, I reached out, I grabbed this branch, and I'm hanging by a vine, right? And I swing out. No exaggeration, I'm looking over a 150, 200 foot bluff. And my feet are on the edge, and I'm holding myself like going over, and I'm literally like looking down. Oh my God, if this breaks, I'm gone. And I'm standing there holding on, and my heart's pounding out of my chest. And then I just had this moment like where like the world like is like woo woo woo, like adrenaline rush. And the kid next to me was like, aren't you gonna help me down? Because he's like up on this little brick wall. So I go to reach to pick him up, and I'm shaking so hard that my whole body just like gave out, and I collapsed, and he fell on top of me. I couldn't even hold myself up. I was so scared. And I stopped and like found the family, and I showed them what had happened. I was like, I almost fell right there, and I grabbed onto that vine, and the mom just started bawling. She's like crying the whole way down. She's like, if you would have gone any further, like if that little vine had to have been there.
Did she see the whole thing?
No, she didn't. No one saw like what happened because they went around the other side. But as they wrapped around and they looked, it was like, yeah. So her just seeing where I had just been and seeing the kind of wreckage, yeah, it was bad. Like my legs were just like they're like rubber. So
Dang, dude.
yeah, it was a scary experience.
I feel like I just heard a doorbell ring.
Is that Ronnie the working man?
Oh,
Ronnie, the working man.
go get him.
Grab that boy
Perfect timing.
grab that boy a Ronnie
Perfect
on
timing.
your way back in.
Get him, boy.
Man, that is that's quite an episode. And you were how old again? I'm sorry.
Man, I had to have been 17 or 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't a kid, you were an adolescent.
Oh, I was. Yeah, I feel like I should have known better, but it didn't seem like a bad idea. I think it was just I had gone down, was trying to go too quick for the... I mean, it was a shortcut, and I was trying to make it shorter. Like, come on. Just stick to the plan, dude.
Yeah, and you just simply lost your footing and started going
Yep.
down the hill.
I tripped, tried to catch myself, went headlong down, and just like I just remember it like falling on my knees and getting back. Like it was so fast. I was like practically rolling on my legs all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fast, dude. I was going fast.
Man.
Anyways, absolutely incredible. If I were to go back there, I think I'd have some seriously hard flashbacks to deal with if I were to see that again.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just
You
because.
wouldn't.
Well, I mean, just the experience itself was like. I mean, I think about it and I still get queasy. And just that image of looking down and vertigo.
You could master that.
Oh, I'm sure I could.
Ronnie,
I'm
the
sure I
working
could.
man.
I'm sure I could.
Is here.
Ronnie, get your butt in here.
He's currently using the lavatory though.
Oh, okay. Well,
I understand.
Let's be polite.
He must have had a bad burrito today. He eats burritos a lot.
So you guys like jelly beans or what?
Jelly beans.
Oh, dude, would you guys
I love the cherry
would you guys
ones.
play this game? I saw it on the YouTube, and it is where so it's a game you buy, and there's about 20 different flavors of jelly beans, right?
Yeah.
They're split in half, 10 and 10. One 10 looks exactly the same as the other 10, but one of the sets of 10 is normal jelly beans.
Oh, I know what you're talking
and
about.
the other set of 10 is horrendous flavors.
Yes.
Like
I've played this
stinky
before.
gym socks. Have you played it before?
I have.
They have vomit is
The
one of
vomit
them.
actually
Ronnie.
has gotten me very close to actually spewing.
That's
So
crazy.
you've had it before.
Yes.
That's
We
gross.
should I say we do it.
Handshakes all around.
Glad to
Hello,
have you
hello,
on the
We should
Ronnie.
dry these off a little bit more.
Good day,
Hey,
package man.
Welcome to the
Good
Oh,
day, good working man.
Your hands are so wet. Did you drop your
Good
keys in
day,
the
sir.
toilet?
I wash my hands.
Oh, well, that's
He's like,
well, working
that's
man.
awesome. That's awesome.
You deserve a beer
Ah, that's
for all your hard work.
this will be the first thing I eat today.
Now
Are
rewards.
you serious?
I only had a beef jerky stick.
I thought you were in a union.
Yeah, but they.
What are they good for?
Jerky's dick has
There-
protein in it. It's enough for you to keep going. At least 12 more hours.
12 more hours. People don't take their breaks a lot. Yeah.
Huh? Well, that's a shame. So we're talking about near-death experiences at the current moment.
Forgot, my dude.
So
Thanks for the beer, man.
we'll let you decompress from work and
Yes,
take a few
please.
swigs of a beer first. Yeah, toast. Toast.
What is that, anyways?
It's a cider, Kristen.
Crispin
I
Ridge?
had
Yes,
a-
I just need to
Make
listen to you
crispy.
guys. I think that's
Just
just
listen,
what I need.
and then you can prepare your story while I'm telling mine. One time, when I was installing granite for a living, back when I was a baby boy, 16, 17 years old, I was going on a granite install in the next city south of us in Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
And it was hot, as it gets in Mississippi, and our truck didn't have air conditioning. And so we were going for like 45 minutes with the windows down. And this is like on an Interstate 55. And we got off the interstate going to this country club location we were installing at. And it was still hot, but something told me to roll my window up. I had an urge to roll my window up, right? And so I rolled it up. It was a hand crank window, so I was rolling it up. And as soon as it sealed, we passed a guy bush hogging a field. And his bush hog threw a stick the size of the side of the truck at my window. And it, boom, hit the window right head level and bounced off.
You are
It
kidding.
like caved the window in. It hit with so much force. It scared the hell out of me.
Wow.
And I'm telling, I didn't have there was a 2-second window between the time I rolled my window up and when that stick hit the window.
That's what I call an act of God right there.
Yeah.
Roll your window up right now.
Roll your windows up right now. Everybody, if you're listening to this on the road, roll your windows up.
If you ever feel like
Roll
you need
'em
to
up.
roll your windows up, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't
Yeah,
take a
I
chance.
guess so. There's something about it. We have
Swear to
that
God.
intuition,
Sometimes, yeah.
you know. Well, Ronald, have you ever had a near-death experience? You ever just almost died? Have you almost danced with death?
Dance with the
Have
Grim
you
Reaper.
danced with death and then you didn't die?
Well, let's see.
Took a chance at laugh.
When I was really young, probably like 5, maybe
Yeah.
younger, I was in a car accident with my family, my mom
Right.
and my
yeah.
dad.
I remember you saying about that.
Yeah, and my mom was actually life flighted out, and my dad. I rode in the ambulance with my dad back, and they just dropped me off. I was perfectly fine, so I didn't die. But like, that was probably the closest.
You think?
But why did
You didn't die?
I didn't die?
I would have never known.
I didn't die.
Ronnie,
I
you didn't die?
I didn't get injured either. I didn't get injured.
Were you wearing a seatbelt?
I was not.
See, that's so interesting. You hear so many stories of
I was in the
people
back
not
seat.
wearing a seatbelt.
Mhm.
That
I don't know if my
Didn't- they
parents
didn't get
were,
hurt?
but they were pretty bad.
Pretty
bad
badly
shape.
hurt, yeah. Unfortunately, I had to contrast. Never mind. I'm not going to tell that story. That's a huge downer. Forget I said anything. So,
I
Sorry
Ronnie,
to forget.
I want to know.
Never forget.
we have a special caller this episode,
No, that's what I'm doing.
but it's not time to call him in yet. So let's recap the show with you, okay?
Yeah.
Imagine
Recap, cap.
that you woke up the day after Halloween
Okay.
in the plot of a 90s movie,
I'm excited about this.
okay?
Like Disney 90s or
Don't think about
No.
don't think too much about that.
Don't think too much about that.
Don't think too much
Maybe I
about
shouldn't
that.
have said it. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything I've said so far.
Recap.
Here's the deal. If you woke up the day after Halloween
yeah.
and couldn't remove your costume for the rest of your life, which costume would you choose to be stuck in forever? You can't take it off.
No cop outs either.
Yeah, nothing easy.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh, UPS driver.
Of my past costumes?
No, it doesn't
Or
have
just
to be.
Could
any
be,
costume?
could-
It could. I mean, it could be.
Well then,
Could be.
well that makes it. You just made my decision so much harder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I might also add, I had the idea of saying that you can choose one from your past
Oh,
Halloween
okay.
costumes.
Yeah, I like
It
that.
might make it a little bit easier for you to narrow down, so you don't have such like a huge.
My
plethora.
Sonic the
Right.
Hedgehog was always my favorite. I was that one year
I want to see a
And-
picture
Is this
of that.
as an adult or as a child?
as a child,
Oh.
as a wee child.
You should bring that back.
I don't have it. But
Well,
It wouldn't
let's get
fit.
you a new one.
It wouldn't fit though. It would be
wouldn't
kind of
fit.
small.
Ronnie.
no, I don't.
Ronnie.
Nothing wrong with that.
You
I
can
didn't
do it again. You just gotta go fast, dude.
Yeah, just around
Just gotta go
that.
fast.
Gotta go fast.
But I don't know. I would have to think about it for a second. What is that noise?
What was that noise?
Did you hear that buzz?
It was probably the
Oh.
heater.
Is Jack
It might
shaving?
be
Unfortunately,
the medieval bees that are outside that are the size of cars.
medieval.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't. We'll leave that one there.
I am worried.
Well, that's
It's
your answer,
fine.
Sonic
That's
the
my
Hedgehog.
answer. It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
You
That's
shouldn't-
not necessary.
I think that's.
I don't know if I
awesome.
would really want that to be that, but
I said mine
That's
was.
just my
Okay,
past
you're on
one
the spot.
that I like
It's
the most.
fine.
Okay.
I said mine
I
was
like
guy
it.
that got my Guy Fieri outfit, so
that was last year, and that was the best.
it was
I
pretty
can't
good.
place it. We were at the same Halloween party.
Yeah.
We were also very drunk by that time. I think I took off most of that costume because I went downstairs to dance. Anyways, long story short,
Was this-
I was Guy Fieri that
This is
night.
at Ronnie's house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were last year. Who were you?
I was Turd Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson. That's right.
That
SNL
hat,
The
skit.
huge hat.
that
Yeah.
hat
Yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing.
It's a big hat.
It's a big
It
hat.
was amazing.
Were you anything last year?
Oh man, I can't remember. I can't remember
Well,
actually.
I really loved my costume last year, but it took a lot of explaining.
Oh, you were Always Sunny. Somebody from Always Sunny.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Wait, wasn't that last year?
I'm thinking
That
about
would
2
make
years
sense.
ago.
Oh,
That
okay.
would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
You were
I,
like-
I was Mac from It's Always
Mac,
Sunny in
yeah.
Philadelphia last year, but year before that, I was Arthur Dent from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Mm,
So all I had on was a bathrobe and a towel slung over my shoulder.
mm.
So I think there was one person at the party that said, "Are you Arthur Dent from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?"
And you
No way.
And I was like, "Yes!"
stuck to him
Yes!
like glue,
Yes!
right? You're like, yes,
it's on Netflix.
let's get a drink.
"Oh, I'm not talking about the movie, brother. I'm talking about the books."
Well, that's the only
Oh,
image I have.
boy.
I can't image the book. I never read the
So
book.
you
Movies
thinking
are better than
you're
books.
thinking about Martin
Movies are
Freeman
better
right
than
now?
books.
Not this one.
Movies are better than
Yeah,
books.
yeah,
Always.
Yeah, this one
No,
too.
nah.
This one too.
It was a joke.
Aragon
It's
is
not a
not.
Aragon.
No, none of them are.
Let's take it back.
That was a huge letdown.
big.
Let's
What
take
you
it.
said can't be taken back.
Let's
Big
take a step
letdown.
back from medieval bees and just say that I was just making a joke.
Okay.
I was making
Thank-
a little goof.
Fair.
God,
Fair.
yeah, very serious in this room all of a sudden.
Fair. Don't make me
I
mad.
like
I'm on edge.
I can't
right
be
now.
around somebody that has that belief.
Oh,
I'm sure there are people that have that belief
Oh.
that will stick by it too.
They're freaking hosers, okay?
well,
They probably
it
can't
depends.
read. If somebody thinks that, they probably
depends.
have never read a
That's
book.
not
Well, it's almost like
fair.
it's whatever you
That's
see
not
first,
fair.
or like if you see the movie first and then you read a book. Sometimes the movie is better because it's your first like.
Oh,
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's because
Yeah, absolutely.
the world's already been built for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's better to read the book, but
I cannot tell you how glad I am, and this is the first time in life where I've had this opportunity to make this decision, to know a movie's coming out and be like, I got to read the book first, and that is, dang, I just had it. I just had it in my head.
was it?
Somebody's getting a call.
You're just stalling. You're stalling.
It's not me.
Who's getting a call?
It's on silent. It's on silent for a reason. It's so that no one knows.
It
I can hear the vibrations.
It's on silent.
You're getting the call.
Yeah, I'm getting a call. I didn't want to say I was
Jeez,
getting
dude.
a call. I was hoping no
Yeah.
one said I was
Where's
getting
your
a call.
phone?
I put it on silent.
Where's your phone?
It's in my pocket.
Why can I can't believe we could hear that. These microphones are so quality, man.
Oh, dude.
So quality.
$30 a mic, and you're
Billy
gonna hear
Mays
a
here
Don't
with
say that.
another
Don't say
fantastic product.
Here,
These
Are
these
you
are
tired
expensive
of
microphones?
good vibration.
Come on.
Good.
Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah,
Marky
books are
Mark.
better than movies.
3 bucks.
100%.
Was there 3 books you tried to? Oh,
What?
you were saying there's three books that you try to read first. before
No,
seeing the
there
movie?
was just one. I had an opportunity.
Okay.
Steven
Let's forget
Spielberg directed it.
Oh, is it
District 9.
No, it's
Dreamcatcher?
No, the one that came out this year.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player
Okay.
One.
Oh,
Gosh.
it.
I can't believe
Oh, it was it.
he
No,
did that too.
it wasn't Ready Player
Oh,
One.
guys,
It was it.
It was it.
speaking of it and Steven,
No,
not Steven Spielberg.
it's definitely not
Um,
Steven Spielberg.
Oh,
I broke
you're
y'all's
thinking,
minds.
No.
Stephen Hawking.
Was it
Stephen
not?
Hawking. Stephen Hawking.
No.
wrote it. Yeah. That was
Who
the one.
directed it?
Nailed it.
It's what's his
J.J.
name?
Abrams?
No, he's the author. Wait,
Peter Jackson.
I don't know who. I was thinking the author. Never
Stephen
mind.
King?
Stephen King. He didn't direct
This
it.
got way out of
I
hand.
think he helped with the screenwriting.
I'm making another goof and it got way out of hand.
Okay.
You goofy guy.
Don't
Wait,
ask me
yeah.
questions. Don't ask me.
The person who
questions right
directed it was a high-profile Hollywood director, right?
I shall look it up.
Look it up.
Oh, I know. It's Stephen King.
That's the guy who wrote the book, not who directed the movie.
It's a Steven.
It's like the
Are
same
we,
thing.
are we
Master
talking about the
Quest?
new one?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
It.
Why don't you be right? It was Steven Spielberg.
It probably was.
It's not.
It's-
I
Who
was-
is it?
I don't know.
Is
But
this
I know
some
it's not
rando?
Steven Spielberg.
Oh my god.
I think it actually was someone random. I don't think it was
drink. I heard that.
Oh, I'm thirsty
no.
Chug away, chug
and
away.
hungry. I haven't really eaten today.
It director.
So. Hangry.
Boy, it brings me to IT
no,
director
don't-
jobs
yeah,
in
I know
Portland,
how that
Oregon.
feels.
Here we go.
Being hangry. Got that hypoglycemia.
Why is it not telling me the director? Oh, it's right here.
Andres Muschietti.
Andreas Moschetti.
Andres Muschietti.
What else did you direct, boy? It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, never mind. What I wanted to say is, doggone it,
Sorry. Tangents.
is that because
You got it.
because somebody said
You got
it, I wanted to talk about the show Castle Rock. Have you seen it?
Have not watched
It's on
it.
Hulu. It's so good.
Thought it was
I've
Man
heard
in
good
High
things
Castle.
about it though.
It's in the same universe. It's in a Stephen King universe.
Interesting.
And Bill Skarsgård, the guy who played It in the movie It, I didn't have to say that, did I?
100%.
Oh, Pennywise, the guy who played Pennywise in the movie It,
Dude,
is like the main character in this.
you know, okay, there's something
It's
to
so
say
good.
about that. Some people just have that it factor. You know what I mean?
That one fell real flat.
I've been thinking about
Evan,
that for like.
You take off your
a year.
headphones. There's a door that says exit right over there. You walk right the
will
frick
not.
out of it, dude.
Wow.
I will not.
I really
No.
like that one.
I'm
I
about
actually
to
really
punish
Horrible
you
joke.
guys. I'm
Man,
gonna-
oh man, that was
Horrible
joke.
freaking good joke,
It
dude.
was good. Somebody loved it. Somebody
funny.
loved it.
Ah,
I did.
I gotta touch base with our.
I really.
I gotta touch base with our special caller here.
Oh, please. Let him- he needs to call in now. I want to
Wait,
hear this.
Call it now.
You two are gonna be totally surprised. We have a nice caller. Gonna tell us a story, a little story. But anyway,
Is it Morgan Freeman?
Castle Rock. It's a good show. You should watch it. It's on Hulu. I think there's like 11 or 12 episodes on there right now.
I'm down for some good shows.
Here's something I'm curious about. Hulu, in my opinion, doesn't have
Sorry, Eva.
that great of content compared to Netflix, and they have that stupid ad model where they're playing ads like every freaking
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Two things.
Yeah.
For one, it doesn't have great original shows most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
but it shows TV shows
Yeah,
and
it's
actually
there
a lot
for
of
TV.
animes that air like the
Cowboy
day
Bebop.
after.
Capo Bebop.
The day after it comes out. So that's
the day
like
after it comes out.
the day after, like a couple days after, you know. So they have like shows that you can't get anywhere else, like CBS. It might be a little bit easier now, but there's a lot of shows on there that I've watched that aren't on Netflix and aren't on like Crunchyroll or something.
Okay,
like
that's
that.
a good point. I went there.
And you can get. They have another thing now. I mean, I pay for the one with ads, but you can get one without ads now.
How much is that?
It's like $2 or $3 more,
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
which is right around Netflix
I've
price.
recently found a really nice app to get you a lot of movies and TV shows. I'm not
we
going
don't need to
to
talk
talk
about
about that on the stream. I'll tell you about that later off the stream.
Is it illegal or what?
I think it operates in a gray market.
In
Ah,
the
to be
gray
honest.
Black market, got
It's that
No, 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 no. Gray market. We'll
What
talk
does
about
that
it later.
even mean?
Probably all know what I'm talking about.
It's all the people that are doing illegal
Anyway.
stuff without getting caught. So it's
No, no,
that
no, no,
weird
no, no, no,
gray
no, no.
area.
There's no
No.
laws for
Well,
it.
I've never
maybe.
been caught yet, so
That's
I don't
right.
really know.
That's right, Ronnie.
What do you say?
There are no laws
Yet.
yet, but they want to make.
Give it
laws
time,
for
boy.
it.
They'll write a law.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Let's
You look like something just...
let's take a poll.
Okay.
Are we all registered to vote here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Evan.
Yes.
Oops.
Ooh, Evan, dude, you are what's wrong with the country. People
Oh,
just
wow,
like you.
That's a
People
little too
just
far.
like you.
A little too far.
And actually, it's too late to register now.
Okay.
Yesterday was the last day.
Okay.
That's a shame, and I'm honestly super disappointed.
Okay.
That was
Like
cute.
he cares. So, how about this governor's race? No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to get into that.
Let's
politics.
Did he-
skip right
Um,
over that.
All right, listen,
politics
guys.
here.
You know how there are areas all over the world, all over the country, all over
Like
the world,
here and there.
like here and there, that the general public is not allowed to go.
Ah.
There's all these secret places, all these hoity-toity secret places, right? If you could choose to visit one of those places, where would it be and why? Ronnie, you're having trouble over there. Stop banging
mean
your
to.
stop banging your
mean
pop
to.
filter, dude.
I'm tired.
It might be your
You're
bag
ruining
beanie
the
off.
audio.
I'm tired.
exhausted.
Come on, dude.
He's had a long day.
Pull your beanie up
fix
like
the
your
arm on your
pants,
pop
dude.
filter.
Your pants are too baggy, dude.
Give him a break.
It's in your personal
Intervention,
space.
intervention.
Eddie,
That's right, right?
place that you
That's
would go.
right. That's fine.
Place that you would go. Forbidden.
Okay, I won't bump
But
it.
if you had the chance, if
I
you
won't
had
bump
the
it.
chance,
Okay, don't bump it.
where would you go, Eddie?
I won't.
Okay.
Eddie's
There's
got
too
the
much-
mic.
there's too
Eddie
much-
always goes first. He's always got a hot
Eddie's
answer
got
on
the
deck
mic.
to go.
Get that answer.
Oh, okay. Well, since all the attention's on me,
It's okay. It's okay.
how about them Yankees? Am I right?
You want to go to Yankee
Uh,
Stadium?
paying
That's not
attention.
off limits.
All right. Good crowd. Good crowd. I think I was trying to think of somewhere that wasn't as like typical, but I want to know what's in Area 51.
Dude.
Even if it's nothing, I want to
Yeah.
know. Like they're so secretive, they won't let you like past a certain parameter. Like they won't let you set past like a certain point.
Right.
There's a perimeter established around Area 51.
Yeah.
That's not Area 51, and the signs say, "Do not come past this, or we will shoot you,"
Yep.
or something to that extent.
Crazy.
So
They're
wh-
hiding something.
What do you think it
Has
is,
to be.
though? Do you think it's Roswell, New Mexico stuff, pieces of alien spaceships, pieces of, or a skeleton of a little gray alien boy?
My fascination with aliens says it's aliens.
Okay.
I mean, it probably isn't. It's probably some sort of like, I don't know, like they're like hiding some sort of like unknown viruses there. Maybe, I don't know. Possibly that.
Unknown viruses.
Well,
Yeah.
well there's stories to back that up. There definitely is stories
That's
to
what
back
I'm
that
saying.
up.
the viruses
Yeah,
thing?
no. Oh yeah.
What stories?
Well, well, I wouldn't say that they're not theories or conspiracies. It's actually just a well-known fact that they dispose of materials there where people have gotten very, very sick and even died because they were disposing of them. The people that were handling them.
Guys, our stream just got taken offline.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. No, that would be hilarious. We can't talk
talking
about
about
this.
Dude, we're not that cool. Dude,
The government shuts it down.
It's like, no.
not even the government's watching this, dude. We're not even getting freaking
There's two people.
Coca-Cola
There's two people watching.
sponsorships. Okay.
Well, I think
we
one's me and then one's Tanner. What's up, Tanner? Thanks. Anyway, so Area 51 for you.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say too, Evan?
Well, no. Well, yes and no, because I have a second one. The Bohemian Grove. The Bohemian
That's
Grove
a good one too. I didn't even think about
has
that
been
one.
so interesting. There's
Never heard of that.
There's
What
a
is
there's a little
Explain it.
So there's a little mini documentary where one guy somehow sneaks in, I guess you could say. He doesn't sneak in. He gets in according to like the laws that they have set there, whatever. Like they got rules and regulations, but he gets in. You're not supposed to go in with a camera, but he sneaks it in.
Alex Jones did that.
Alex, I have not heard of Alex Jones. I
The
didn't know
boy.
that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on
But,
YouTube.
Anyways, there's a guy
Well,
who
not
goes
anymore,
in. So,
but-
so this is basically like officials and government officials and stuff like that, the higher ups, the presidents and all that kind of stuff. It's like it's a club where they go in and they have some sort of an event there, like a meeting, and there's all this conspiracy behind of what's actually happening there because these guys are going in there and they're being very they when they've been asked about it in public, like like under the camera and the spotlight of the public, they are very, very adamant that they do not talk about it, or it doesn't exist, or it doesn't even happen. So it's one of the two.
I don't think anybody's saying it doesn't exist anymore. The information is too readily available at this point in time.
At the time, there have been people that have said that this is not even a thing.
Yeah, maybe in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is all past that we're talking about anyway. I don't have anything from the present, but I would love to go there and see it. Based off of the video that I saw, there's some crazy rituals that go on there. There's like a gigantic wooden owl, like huge, and there's torches, and there's a ceremony and this weird display that goes on almost like theater, where everyone sits in the crowd, and across the river you've got this gigantic owl that's just like erected.
And people dress up in robes and sing a certain song and stuff.
Oh man, no, but
also
it
happens once a year. Friday night for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In the video, like what you can watch online if you so choose, you can actually watch what the ceremony is about, and it's not just spiritual. It's like we're talking dark spiritual. Like they're trying to raise things up.
No, that's speculation.
It's not. It's word for word what they do. They talk about it. They're talking to a being or whatever.
No, I think that's conspiracy.
What in the video?
Because the most well done video done in there, if I'm not mistaken, is Alex Jones's video, and I could be wrong, and it doesn't show that.
Okay, well, I saw a different one. Anyways, yeah, this was years ago. So, anyways, I would love to go in and see what is going on there, and to kind of be the fly on the wall and see things for my own self. Not just like a weird camcorder video of like some old school video where the guy barely gets information.
Dude, that'd be creepy.
And another contingency on this, I should have said in the beginning, is if you have like unlimited access.
Right. Oh man, that would
be
it.
You know, people aren't like showing you around and, you know, only showing you what they want to show you. You can see everything you want to see.
Yeah. My thing is like if you've got all these political leaders and stuff, and they're like in front of the camera, they're saying one thing, but what do they do when they think that no one's watching? When the cameras aren't allowed there, what are they going to say and do? That's what gets me. I want to know who they are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I know what they're hiding in Area 51.
Oh.
It's all the remnants of Pepsi Blue.
Pepsi Blue.
Pepsi Blue.
Hipsy Blue or Pepsi Blue?
I've said too much.
Wait.
Said too much.
Gosh.
All right. Next question. Next person.
Ronnie, what about you? Where would you go if given a chance?
Area
To the
51?
Stargate.
What is
Stargate. That TV show?
No. A real place.
That place is real. They did a TV show about it.
No, explain.
Oh my God, you're beautiful.
Explain.
I love it. I love it.
It's a documentary TV show called Stargate.
Stargate Atlantis?
No, it's a...
Well, isn't there multiple
yeah,
ones?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, you gotta explain.
There's offshoots.
No.
Give us the whole plot.
No, I've only seen a few episodes of Stargate with my friend Chris, but I was like trying to think of a place, and I was like, if there was something real, I bet you that's real. I bet you the Stargate's real.
No, what about a real place though?
A real place. I off the top of my head, I don't know. Maybe North Korea, like somewhere off limits in North Korea. But people go to North Korea still.
Yeah, but they have
it's
a very limited experience.
You're pretty limited. So I guess seeing...
They only show what they want to show.
Maybe seeing like...
It's all set up.
100%.
What goes on behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that could be cool.
Which raises another interesting question. What do you... Let's say these talks with North Korea continue down the right road.
Right.
What does the future look like with global relations in North Korea? You know? Because I thought about this probably more than I should have because it's not productive in my life at all, but
nice.
Once the country is opened up to the rest of the world, doesn't it become obvious that they've been subjugated in a corrupt dictatorship?
Yeah.
And wouldn't that create animosity? It's like, oh, this is what you've been lying to us about. America isn't some devil nation where blah 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 happens, and South Korea isn't our mortal enemy. Like they're really nice to us, and they have awesome jobs and lifestyles and stuff. Why have you shielded us from this for so long?
I feel like after so much time of being told the same thing, I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think they're gonna see it that way.
Yeah.
It's like a Stockholm syndrome thing, you know, where it's just you see past what's actually true.
Right.
But there have been defectors who live silently knowing the sham for years and finally get a break. That's
only like a handful of people.
But I know, but a lot of those people put on the theatrics because they will be
Right.
sent to a concentration camp if they don't put on the act. So how many of those people actually believe, I guess?
I would.
Cam, are
You
you,
think a lot?
saying are you saying that if enough people wake up, what will happen? Like in a really just general way of saying it, like if they somehow had enough people to where that they didn't have that fear holding them back any longer.
Well,
Not enough people, but like if these talks between the U.S. and South Korea and China and North
Yeah.
Korea go according to the best case scenario, they're going to denuclearize, and their economy will then become unsanctioned
Yeah.
by everybody else.
yeah.
And slowly but surely, the people of North Korea will be able to live a westernized lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, don't you think a lot of people are going to be like, well, what the hell?
I feel
Kim?
like
Yeah.
This is what you've been preventing us from doing this whole time?
it's not even going to be 50-50. I think it's going to be mostly on the side of North Korea. Like I feel like it would be like 25-75 still, personally.
So you think the illusion will kind of stay intact
Well, I think
If
you'll
you-
have to
because
adapt
of
a
like
bit.
Stockholm syndrome kind of thing?
Yeah.
If you've been told something for decades, maybe even longer, I don't know how long they've lived that lifestyle,
Yeah.
but I think
Almost as it's coming up.
I mean
It's like 75 years.
especially if you were born into that,
No, man, yeah.
there's
yeah.
no way. There's almost no way of
Your parents are born into that.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no way of like
grandparents at this point.
taking yourself out of that,
Right. Right.
even if you really wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if we get to a point that's more peaceful with North Korea, and maybe it's not like, maybe there is still like a strongman dictator there, but it's like more peaceful, whatever. It would require some level of like not trying to like instigate against like Western countries, So there's gonna have to be more like chill rhetoric from the North Koreans, but I think, yeah, it is a question to ask, like how once they see like, oh, these sanctions are lifted, our economy's doing better. Like, why didn't we do this a long time ago?
Yeah.
And I think it's key on what the administration does. If it's this Kim family, then they're probably gonna have to change like some of their rhetoric, but they might try to hang on to some of the like, we are kind of like gods, like.
Yeah, because that's how it
rulers.
is right now.
Yeah.
They're literally not mortals.
But like the West is okay.
I mean,
They're okay now,
Yeah.
But that's like so staunch in their like rhetoric is like,
I think there'll be a new narrative.
yeah, there has to be.
I think
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, America has now bowed to our power and they're scared of us. And
Yeah,
They-
but that
they
can only
agreed
go
to
so
start-
far before then it's like
right, that's
back
why
into
I think at some
contentious
point
territory.
there will be an ideological revolt
Yeah.
in North Korea.
Oh yeah,
From the subjugated masses realizing what they've been missing out on this whole
or
time.
it's just gonna be
I agree.
a maybe a Western like, which it tends to be a lot of times is just like, oh yeah, like we say like let's talk peacefully, but then it's like we put boots on the ground and like, which happens a lot, and then we force a government out of
Yeah,
of a
hopefully we
pop-
don't do that.
Yeah, hopefully we don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
a
old
big-
policeman of the world, America, coming in.
But that's the track record, really.
It is.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but we're taking steps not to do that this time, which I'm
Yeah, I
thankful
hope.
for.
Yeah, I hope it's. I think that's the. Yeah, I think that. But you never know.
Because in the initial steps of this, it was like if we did that, it's like mutually assured destruction for
Oh, yeah.
the whole Korean peninsula.
Yeah.
Because as soon as somebody steps over the border, missiles go across to South Korea.
Right.
So it's kind of off the table.
Until now, but like I feel like if things could like calm down and like maybe like denuclearization happens, there could be like, I don't know, there could be like overreaching for sure.
Yeah,
Which is
it'll be interesting to see.
Their fears for sure.
Well, we're about to end the show, so let me just put this out there. If I was able to go anywhere in the world, a secret location that people aren't allowed, it would
Sure.
probably be the Vatican Library.
Yeah,
Ooh.
oh, that's so good. I wish I would have said that. Damn.
No, it's
That's
okay.
So good.
It's okay.
That's
You
so
had a good
good.
answer too.
That's so good.
You had a good
That's
answer
so
too.
true.
I just wonder what's there.
The
Good
Da Vinci
Lord.
Code.
I mean, think about the what they have from the libraries of Alexandria still intact.
Do you think they have anything?
Oh, absolutely, I do.
Ooh, that's another conversation for another time. What
Yeah.
a
That's a
travesty.
nice little afternoon read, am I right?
But I didn't have any idea that they had anything from the Library of Alexandria and the Vatican Library.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
it all burned down.
No, not all.
Okay. Well,
No, this is like Egyptian knowledge and stuff like that.
Ooh.
How do you got it?
How what?
How do you got the Egyptian
Egyptian.
knowledge?
Egyptian.
Getting a little bit nipply in here.
Old Egyptology.
What happened to our caller?
Yeah, there's
Our caller couldn't make it. Had some technical difficulties.
That's
We're gonna
too
have to
bad.
save that topic for next time.
Okay.
Guys, just so you know,
Anticipation.
we
for
all
next
have this.
episode.
We've had this topic that we've waited episode after episode to bring up. We thought this was
Oh
the
my
time
gosh,
to do
I
it.
forgot about this.
Yeah,
Kills me.
but it can happen because we want to front load it with a very interesting story, okay, by a friend of mine. So we have to wait till he's available to call in and tell us a story before we weigh in. And you're going to have to trust us that it's going to be worth the wait.
Really
tuning
worth
in.
it, actually.
Keep
It's
tuning
really
in.
worth it.
Ooh.
It'll be
So
worth
sick.
the wait.
So
It's the big
sick.
question.
So sick.
Oof.
Big answer, actually.
The big answer.
It's real cool.
The big answer.
Well,
Man, I'm disappointed.
guys, thanks for hanging out with us once again. We stream live every Wednesday night at
Every
7:30
Wednesday.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
7:30.
And that's 10:30 p.m. Eastern at the Infinite Variety Show YouTube channel. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Infinite Variety Show. If you want to follow us individually, that information is in the description. See y'all next week.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys.